The story of Jack and the Beanstalk is older than the Bible. Hold on, what pre-biblical civilization wrote down this story? Was it the Sumerians, the Egyptians? Actually, it wasn't written down at all back then, but there's other ways of knowing about the stories told in those days. So the story we know is an English fairy tale where Jack sells the family cow for a magic bean, enters the realm of the giants, and then steals a golden egg, or a goose that lays golden eggs. But the core elements of a young, cunning character losing some cattle, entering the realm of giants, tricking them, and then setting things right are actually pretty common. So for instance, in Greek mythology, Hercules steals the cattle of the giant Geryon. Or in Vedic mythology, the hero Trita Aptya enters the realm of the demon Vritra and recovers stolen cows. But many scholars of comparative mythology think these similarities aren't a coincidence. And that's because those three examples I gave, among others, are all from Indo-European cultures. When we say Indo-European cultures, we mainly just mean that their languages descend from a common ancestor language, Proto-Indo-European. And this can be established through the rigorous comparative method of linguistic reconstruction. But if all these cultures are inheriting linguistic roots from way back when, then there's a good chance they'd inherit other stuff too, like stories. So what comparative mythologists will do is they'll take two similar myths and then reconstruct what the ancestor myth would have had to look like that sourced both of those. But then what they'll realize is that ancestor myth looks similar to other ancestor myths, and then they'll do the same thing with those two. And they can do this to establish long-distance mythological connections that mirror the linguistic connections. In the case of Jack and the Beanstalk, they refer to this abstract shared myth as ATU 328, the boy who stole Ogre's treasure. And based on these ancient myths and reconstructions, they estimate that the core elements of the story are over 5,000 years old. There's probably biblical stories that are older than that, but the earliest parts of the physical written Bible are only about 3,000 years old.